And we are live. Yay! Carol, welcome. Welcome to my StreamYard.
Thank you so much, Monica. What a delight to be with you today.
I'm
It
so
really is.
happy to have you.
Yeah.
Like to be like really honest about this. You and I, we don't go way back. We
No,
just met. But I kind of like your story and what you do. So, would you just share with the people watching later your story a little bit about who you are?
absolutely. Well, I am a communication specialist, but first and foremost, I'm a wife and mother of four and four grandchildren as well, or actually six. Good grief, Carol. Four children, their spouses, and six grandchildren. At
You're a
any
rich, so meaning you're a rich woman.
I am a very rich woman because family is everything to me and always has been. However, I'm one of those people that likes to have their cake and eat it too.
Uh-huh.
Meaning, well, family has always been super important to me. I am a consummate entertainer. I love, ever since I was a little girl, I would be the one on stage in the backyard with the sheet hanging off the clothesline, creating a theater, right? I have always loved entertaining, if you will. And so I spent 50 years on stage, screen, done movies, I've done tons of television, radio, podcasting, video casting, professional model for years and taught modeling. So I've been at this a while. And while, what's interesting about all this is that, we were told it's a numbers game. It's not, it's a people game, meaning it's all about people. So
Yeah.
the things that I do as a communication specialist really help people step into their excellent best. And that's so important to me. In fact, so much so that I wrote, after people asked me forever, I wrote my latest book. I got to find the camera here.
Yeah.
Born to be Awesome, which
Yay.
is a guide to presenting with brilliance on stage or camera through the power of God in you.
Mhm.
And because my faith life is has always been very important. But what's been so cool is that I've seen how it applies to real life, real world, and and it works in the real world regardless of a person's belief system. So that book is loaded with really good body, mind, spirit stuff
Mhm.
as it applies to real life in communication with other people. So I focus on voice performance, presentation skills, and the language of influence, which is what my upcoming course beginning tomorrow is all about. It's about the six intelligences of the bank code or code breaker technology system.
Mhm.
And it's online, it's easily coached, where you really get a lot of good stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
I
So who
got
is
in.
this for?
Who is it for? It's for anyone who is a entrepreneur, a business owner, anyone that wants to do a better job of communicating with other people in business or their personal life. Truly, it does deal obviously with business because our intelligences are the personality intelligence, which deals with your value system around influence, how you want to be influenced and how other people want to be influenced, because it helps you get into their world, which is what's important, get
Mhm.
into their world quickly and effectively. Then we go into sales intelligence, which is phenomenal, to again giving you some formulas that help wake you up as to how that all really works. Then emotional intelligence. This is the kingpin, in my view. Emotional intelligence is huge. And
Mhm.
the stats are amazing in that you can have a super high intellect, be IQ off the charts, but if you're low in emotional intelligence, knowing how to relate to other people, again, that emotional component, your history. So the emotional intelligence is very important. Then we have an AI or artificial intelligence system that is, in fact, Google just bought into Codebreaker because of their
Mhm.
AI and their amazing stuff. Anyway, then it's business intelligence and spiritual intelligence, which doesn't deal with religion of any kind. It deals with you, your purpose here, why are you here, and all the different stages of wealth in your life. So
Mhm.
it's a brilliant course, and we'll be posting the link that you can go sign up. It's
Absolutely.
yeah, It's really a wonderful course.
Yeah, I think I kind of related so much to when you talked about this, because some of these intelligence, I myself find them so crucial,
Yeah.
and I find that they are so undervalued. Like, take for instance emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
When I remember when that book by Daniel Goleman came out years ago, right? And I
Yeah.
started reading it, and it was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not all about the, all of the intelligent tests that I had seen with, squares and circles on them, and I felt
Yeah.
really
The
stupid whenever I
IQ
looked
test.
at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that there are different levels of intelligence,
Yes.
and some of them are so much more important than we ever, like,
Thought.
that thought, and that we were told in school, like what was, how we were supposed to be, right? We were supposed to be book smart and not people smart,
Yeah,
right?
and you know what? In fact, I was just listening to a gentleman this morning on a forum that I'm on through CEO Space, and it's incredible how, as children, when we're playing, we're very inventive, we're very creative, and we're just free to learn, right?
Yeah.
Through experience, through all kinds of things. Then we get into school and we start getting told the answer is what's important, not the question. Where truly, when you're a child playing, the question is everything.
Yeah.
And it is later in life, even though we wind up in our educational system as it's been, we wind up getting very rigid and not collaborative minded, where when we're children playing, we're very collaborative minded.
Yeah.
So everything gets flipped on its head, and that's really devastating to relationships in business or personal life. It totally devastates you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even when you talked about spiritual intelligence,
Mhm.
I see, because I see so many business owners, and I have been guilty of this myself, trying to build a business that isn't necessarily aligned with my purpose,
Yeah.
and using the wrong business model, for instance, that it makes it even harder for me to build that business, because who I am doesn't get through enough in my business, and then people don't resonate, and
Right.
I lose them.
Well, because one of my favorite audiences, if you will, is the
Mm.
woman or man who sits in church every Sunday, but feel like they're struggling. They love God and they love His Word and so forth, but they don't know how to apply it in a practical way. And so they feel stuck. And the church I'm very thankful for that I go to, we're all about getting unstuck, which is great. But my whole purpose in writing Born to Be Awesome was to really help people understand who they are, body, mind, spirit. And I have my copywritten tree that you can see on the back of the book that is it's a picture of how balance really works, and all the people in your life, your relationship with yourself and your emotions and so forth are below ground. They're in the root system in this tree. And so your body roots, if you will, of taking care of. You got to breathe good air. You got to drink water. You've got to, take in nutrition. It's owner, OWNER. And that acronym really gives you all the pieces of taking good care of your body. Then your mind as a learner. So you're a caretaker of the temple, if you will, or caretaker of the body in the mind, or pardon me, the body area. And in the mind area, you are a teacher learner. And so that deals with, again, oh my gosh, the stuff we get stuck with is how we perceive, how we learn, it's your everything you take in goes into your conscious, but it goes into your subconscious, and how you frame it,
Mm-hmm.
as you well know, dealing with money, and how we frame things is everything. But guess what? All that can go up through the core of your tree into the top, where you're dealing with all the other people in your life, and it makes all the difference in the world when you have a healthy spin on on, again, body nutrients, mind nutrients as they come up to the top of that tree. And of course, I explain that in detail in the book. But anyway, it's really, really important to understand that nobody has to ever be stuck, but we have to be willing and open to learn from others, as yourself, Monica, and hopefully me also. I dearly love, I really do consider myself an expert, no question. With as much background as I have, I'm certified in 3 other personality psych profiles, which all the personality stuff out there is psych based, with the exception of Bank Code, and its values around, again, the influence piece, and that's so important. It's everything.
Yeah, especially when building a business.
Yes,
If you don't have influence,
you ain't got
then
nothing.
you will be stuck, right?
Right, right. You don't have much if you don't have that influence, and part of that is being really confident that you are the expert, that you put yourself out there as an expert.
Mhm.
And you know what? We all keep learning. So you may not have taken every course under the sun that you maybe thought you needed or wanted, but it doesn't matter. You're continually learning and growing. And as you work with other people, oh my goodness, is that an education in itself?
Yeah.
And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to go dig that sucker out, meaning to give my client, because I care so much about my people.
Mhm. Yeah, and I just love it. I'm sure you do too. Like the exchange of, like when I just had this just the other day with one of my regular clients. We've been working together for 4 years, right?
Oh, wonderful. Uh-huh.
And we're really like deep diving into this. And then I throw something at her, like, have you thought about this and this? And like, I want to offer you this perspective. And then she goes, whoa. And then she shares something with me and I go, whoa, right?
It's a whoa party.
Yeah, because as I am coaching her, I am also learning because she has other experiences,
Yes.
different knowledge. And when she shares that back, it kind of completes the whole thing.
Yes. It's a beautiful exchange. It's like when we were children playing in the sandbox,
Yes,
really,
it
you
is.
know. And
So
so,
we're still stuck in the sandbox, you and I.
but I love it. That's I want to be. I want to be stuck in the sandbox mentality, if you will, where
Yeah.
I'm so open to sharing with you. You become my best girlfriend, even though we both just dove into the sandbox recently, right? But I have all the benefit of years and years and years of experience and of training and of knowledge. And I never stop learning. That's just part of who I am. My code, if you will, is an action, nurture, knowledge, blueprint person. Bank, by the way, comes from blueprint, personality types, if you will, as they relate to their values around influence, then action, then nurture, then knowledge. That spells out bank,
Yeah.
BANK. So I am an ANKB, is
Okay.
my basic way I approach life. Now, we're all unique. So there is no system in the world that's going to peg you 100% because you're a unique individual. However, there's enough correlation and enough information in the fact that how you like to be influenced, how you want to influence others, show up in that bank system. It's brilliant. You can crack your code with me. In fact, I'll send you a link to do so. But crack your code in less than 90 seconds. Most people do it in 60 seconds or less.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and then the company just sends you a readout, a lot of information as to what that means, and so it's light bulbs are going off over your head the whole time.
Yeah. And that's kind of I find that is the gift of learning, is that we also become more. I wouldn't say I have changed. I have become more me, right?
Yes. We do as we get older and are open to learning and open to again, the things in life that make us better. I'm all about excellence. And in order to achieve excellence in anything, you got to be willing to open up and hear and learn from other people. You just do. And of course, life experience is the best teacher in the whole wide world. Ugh. But it's the way it is, right? Good, bad, and indifferent. Yeah.
And as we move forward, we get some of that life experience, right?
Yes, we sure do.
So so if you're watching and you want to have some like yummy bites of life experienced from a movie star, from an entertainer with expertise that is extraordinary, click the link and find out more about Carol's program that starts tomorrow.
Yes, and I'm going to repeat it again on Saturday. So we have two opportunities.
Yes. Okay, but click now and at least find the page.
Absolutely. Click
because
now.
I know how fast that moves away, and then you're like, where was it at? Right?
Yeah, the moment you register, I will be back in touch and give you details.
Amazing.
So
Okay.
you need not worry about if the date, because when you click that, it'll take you to the general area where you can register for the class. Then I personally, because I'm the trainer, I will contact you and answer all your questions and fill you in, and we'll get rolling.
Amazing. This sounds so exciting.
Good.
So six intelligence of banks to, I like the kind of the tail ender of this, to increase your bank account.
Yes. Because
we kind of like that, don't we?
We do. And the thing is do you remember Zig Ziglar? He has passed on, but he was a famous speaker and author and just encourager of people. He was a sales expert and delightful man. And he said, you know what? People are what was it? He said, money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. And I've never forgotten that. I thought that's really true. In the world we live in, you have to have money, like you have to have air to breathe. You really do.
And I always say money is never about money. It's about everything else.
And that's so true also.
Yeah. Because it is about these six intelligences. It is about who we are, how we value ourselves.
Yes. And stop thinking small. Stop being small. Because none of us, again, we were all designed by God himself to be awesome. So let's shake off the negativity and go with what's true,
and bring out the awesomeness.
Bring out your awesomeness. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, guys, click the link and get in touch with Carol. And Carol, thank you so much for spending some time with me. And I'm so grateful for that. It was so fun.
Thank you.
We'll talk again soon.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.